What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Therapist Logan Reacts. Today we are doing another song by Billie Eilish. This was commented down below, so thank you, commenter. I'm trying to do my best to listen to you guys. You guys give such great recommendations, and so yeah, this song is the 30th. There's some explanation in the commenters' comments, so go check that out if there's interesting. But let's check it out. Beautiful guitar.
Sometimes you look the same, just like you did before the accident. When you're staring into space, it's hard to believe you don't remember it. Woke up in the ambulance, you pieced it all together on the drive. I know you don't remember calling me.
So just right in the beginning, where was it? Sometimes you look the same, just like you did before the accident. So I think that's maybe referring to, so let me back up. So it seems to be like a car accident, right? That was what the commenter on my last post said. And so it seems like she's reflecting on this person, and you look the same as you did before the accident. So that makes my brain think that that's a traumatic event. That's going through a car accident, a pretty severe one, it seems like, is a very traumatic thing. And sometimes that can change people's personalities, perspectives, ideologies. It can make them question a lot of different things. And again, just having a traumatic response to certain things would change how they behave in certain situations. Maybe there's increased anxiety, increased depression, increased dissociation. There is a lot of different things that can occur, especially after a traumatic event, and your body's just reacting to the trauma and having a trauma response. And unfortunately, that's a really hard thing to process, especially if it's significant to you. It's trauma that's happening inside of you, and it's really difficult to process and deal with that. So she's kind of referring maybe to the person that she was before, and she's starting to look the same. It's like you're getting little glimpses of who you used to be until like the change. And then here, when you're staring into space, it's hard to believe you don't. Woke up in the ambulance, you pieced it all together on the drive. I know you don't remember calling me. So here, when you're staring into space, that makes me think dissociation, or maybe reflection on the traumatic event. So sometimes our brains can do what's called repression when it comes to traumatic events, and that's hiding it, forgetting it, and locking it away in a vault in our brain and forgetting about it until you're ready to process that. But here it's almost like it's still very active in their mind, in the fact that they're dissociating, they're kind of just not the same. It's kind of saying that the traumatic event is creating a traumatic response for them kind of in their daily lives, even when they're together. So definitely something that jumps out. Very unfortunate that this happens, and it's very important that person seeks hopefully some professional help to really explore that, and get back to that person. And sometimes you also have to process that maybe you won't be the same person. You've been through something significant. These big significant changes change us. Trauma changes us. Our mental, our physical, our psychological, even our emotional, how we react to different things. And it's really important to come to terms with that we might not be the same we once were after experiencing something this significant. All experiences change us, whether it's small or big. Trauma changes us, seems to change us fast. And sometimes you won't be able to get back to that person. I'm not saying you can't. There are some instances where you can, but you also have to come to terms with the potential possibility that that is not the case. Let's continue.
But I told you even then, you look so pretty in a hospital bed. I remember and so was I. And I stand still on the 5. Thought it was unusually early traffic. Usually I don't panic. I just wanted to be on time. When I saw the ambulances on the shoulder, I didn't even think of pulling over. I pieced it all together late that night. And I know you don't remember calling me, but I told you even then you look so pretty.
So a little bit in the beginning, she didn't piece it together. Usually I don't panic. So that makes me say that she is panicking now. And it seems like she's kind of got this secondary trauma now. Like when you have somebody who's been through a significant traumatic event, sometimes there's a secondary trauma that can happen to individuals. Just because, again, maybe it creates more anxiety. Just seeing somebody close to you love kind of suffering in an extreme way, I guess. Seeing someone suffer, that can create secondary trauma for you as well, because you're somewhat involved, and this person seems to be important to them, someone they love, and again, just like a potential thoughts of anxiety when it comes to the existentialistic ideology that people can pass. Your friends are immortal. Your parents are immortal. This typically happens when you grieve a parent when they pass away, or an unexpected death in the family, and just some similar to those things. Those secondary traumas can really kind of like come forth and be really aggressive, creating that secondary trauma in people.
I remember you said you were scared, and so was I. What if it happened to you on a different day, on a bridge where there wasn't a rail in the way, or a neighborhood street where the little kids play, or the Angeles crest in the snow or the rain? What if you weren't alone, there were kids in the car? What if you were remote, no one knows where you are? If you changed anything, would you not have survived? You're alive, you're alive, you're alive.
Okay, beautiful line. So that entire thing, what if, very much a anxious snowball loop. It's just growing and growing and growing. And the beautiful part, I think Billie does beautiful with this, is that the music is picking up. And I think it really encapsulates this idea of like anxiety and like it picking up more and more and more, and what it can feel like with the music. Like it was a lot. It was growing fast, and it was like very overwhelming. And I think it goes really well with the lyrics, and how people typically with anxiety disorder or generalized anxiety disorder, typically like will get in that, and once they're in that, they're just constant, and they have to figure out a way to break that cycle, that loop. And it's difficult. It's a really hard thing to do, but I really like how she incorporated that what if, growing, just how emotionally it can become for that individual. And it's just, that's a really hard thing, but I think Billie really encapsulates that beautiful. And then I think she does the best at the end, where she says, you're alive, you're alive, you're alive. Telling you the realism that's happening. She's alive. You know, there's plenty of what ifs. You can ask yourselves what ifs. You can come up with every single scenario to ever come for the rest of your life, and you still wouldn't come up with all of them. But she grounded herself by saying, you're alive, you're alive, you're alive. And sometimes finding a grounding statement like that can help in those anxious loops. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but she caught herself. She caught herself going in a irrational frame of mind, and again, it's all based out of love. She loves this person. She is fearful that this person is a mortal, not immortal, a mortal, and is again just reflecting on their morality, or their ability to like pass, their mortality. It's like everyone can pass, and that's a scary thought. Everyone thinks it won't happen to me, or it won't be my friend or stuff. Like, you don't know, and that's this terrifying thought. It's existentially driven thought, but yeah, it's always. I mean, that's why you tell people you love them every single day. You tell people they matter to you. You know what I mean? Just again, you never know what's to come, and I don't want to fill that you guys with anxiety, but that's the important reason to do that. Make sure the people you love know that you love them. Don't just assume that they kind of just know that. So take a minute right now, or while you're watching the rest of this video, and text somebody that you love them, and just let them know that, or let them know someone means a lot to you. Right now, I want you to do it. So I'm going to continue on. You do that while you're watching this video, and we'll go from there.
And I know you don't remember calling me, but I told you even then you looked so pretty in your hospital bed. I remember you said you were scared. So am I.
She seemed reluctant to say so am I too, and I think maybe that's again just how we kind of try to be for our people who are going through something hard. We try to not show emotion and be strong for them, but again, you're human too. You're allowed to feel emotions. You're allowed to feel all the feelings. So I think this is a beautiful song. I think it's a great sentiment to her friend. I think this is a good reflection and good embodiment of anxiety and dealing with a significant secondary trauma as well as a real trauma. That could just be a real trauma for her. Real cool song, really cool components when it comes to the therapeutic world. I would probably throw this on mine. I really like that. It just again reminds me to love the people and let the people I know that I love in my life, that I love them. And yeah, it's just really important. But let me know in the comments what you think about this song. What you think about the lyrics. Did anything jump out to you? I'm really curious. Make sure you drop a like on this video. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support. And please make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. It just helps my channel grow. And we are growing pretty quickly at this point. And I just appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really like what we're doing. I think we're starting to create a community of communication, and you know what I mean? Like, you guys are able to let me know what I've missed something. And I think that's, again, just positive. You're helping me grow and I'm helping you grow. Like, it's pretty cool. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next video.